So we are here in Malta. We've just got off the cruise and we are at Valletta port. So we are exploring. Are you taking lifts to the cathedral? Valletta, please. 20 euros, is that card? You take card? Cash only. Okay, no worries, thank you. Now the only problem so far is every taxi driver I've spoken to only takes cash, and I have zero cash. But we'll see. So it may be that we're doing a bit of walking, a bit of exploring that way. I mean, there's the horseman carriage option, but I don't think that's the one. But we'll see. I've decided to walk because the taxi that I've been looking at all want cash and they all want 20 euros to go to the cathedral. So I'm thinking, because it's a cruise day, that they're going to overcharge for absolutely everything. And I'm not made of money. I've spent it all on the cruise. So we're going to see if we can walk and see where we can get to. But if you come in, it doesn't feel too busy. But we've got off later in the day. It's 20 past 11, it's 34 degrees, absolutely sweltering. But the kids have stayed on board with my wife, just so I can come and film, because it's far too hot for kids if you are walking and exploring. But it's beautiful. It feels like you've stepped back in time. Like it feels like it is very fortified, but it feels, I don't know. I mean, the views are incredible. And this is just the port. I'm sure the higher you get, the better it gets. But you can't really see behind me because it looks like a gate. You can see the port in that camera shot. It's incredible. I mean, look at that for a view. How great does that look? Magnificent. Yeah, as I've tried to put into words, I think it's hard to describe. It's strange seeing cruise ships here because it doesn't look like there should be modern ships and cars in this place. It feels thousands of years old in the best way. So yeah, I've decided to walk to the cathedral. I think I'm going to try, and what we're going to do is just see how busy it is, so I can show you a bit of that. How great do these guys look on? Maybe that's what I need. A quad bike. Show you some of the authentic food. I'm going to try apparently a rabbit stew. I've never tried rabbit. Let's see if we can get one of the most important parts, local beer. So I might need it by the time I walk to this hill. It's very hilly. So hilly. I was really glad I took the stairiest most stairs I could possibly find. Really make that beer, once I find it, worthwhile. You've seen how many steps and hills I've had to climb to get here, and I predicted the views were going to get better and better. I mean, look at this. And I think, if I'm honest, if I keep walking, this is only going to get better. But we're going to need that drink. What I'll definitely say is it's really clean, it's really friendly, it feels really safe. If you've got a young family like myself, you don't want to be walking around in this heat in sort of the midday, but I probably shouldn't be doing that either. But I think if you're a couple, young family, I think one of the biggest things you want is it to be clean, friendly, safe, and it's all of those things. I actually don't think it feels too busy for saying a cruise ship of 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people have just departed on to Malta. The only bit that felt slightly busy was obviously the initial amount of people getting off, which is always best to avoid, and trying to get a taxi, but obviously we avoided that. I'm starting to regret that choice, but we avoided it. So, you know, you're not in a rush. You brought your walking shoes, not sandal weather, not flip-flop weather, but definitely a cheap pair of Vans kind of weather. We're in now, busiest place I've seen, which I feel like is the town centre. It's basically like Leicester city centre. With loads of restaurants, very touristy, lots of things, tourists. Wembley store in the background. So actually that's some sort of sports bar. But I can't express how hot it is. It's so hot. My t-shirt is dripping. I'm not unfit anymore. This is hard work. This is hard work. And I don't really know where I'm going, but I'm enjoying it so far. I think if you feel like it's safe and you're enjoying what you're seeing, I think, like, why rush? Why have a plan? But you could spend a few hours around here because it's that nice. But it's buzzing. People are friendly, lots of tourists, lots of people I recognise from the cruise. So they've probably got the same idea and coming to the same place. Lots of tour guides as well, if you need something a little bit more structured. Wow, this video is really testing my resolve. Oh my god, that's hot. I should sit down for a minute. I feel that you're not meant to dive into this fountain behind me, which must be, I'm going to sound really naive here, which must be a famous fountain of Malta. If you know it, please comment. But I'm absolutely dying, and if I didn't fear getting arrested and not being able to get that beer, I'd dive in. It is so hot. This video is just going to be how many times can I say it's so hot? And it is so hot. How brilliant is that street? That's awkward. Seriously, how brilliant is that street? Poor guy. Didn't realise he was about to be in this video. If he ever watches this, sorry mate. This street looks wonderful, and I feel like I have to walk down it, mainly because I'm trying to find something more authentic. I think everything that's in the high street that I've been looking at, just next to that fountain we just looked at, is very touristy. I really want to try something, you know, I'd really like to try rabbit stew. I really want to try a local alcoholic beverage. So in the pursuit of glory, I'm walking down these stairs. That seems like a good idea, although they're in shade and it's not as hot, granted. I mentioned it's hot, so just might regret when I get to the bottom. I might have to see if we can get an Uber. I've not thought that. I've seen lots of Bolt cars, but I don't have that app. Maybe there's an Uber. Check. We'll see. So I'm going to try a Sisk, which is a Maltese beer. Is it just in a can or in a draft?
No, it's a can, only in a can.
Only in a can. Do you have anything that's Maltese food that I can try?
Maltese food is not, no.
No recommendation for that?
No, Maltese food is like not here. It's pastis or something like that. It's
fine.
Near the bus station.
Oh, okay, perfect. Could I try a Sisk then, please?
Yes.
Do I pay for it now? Perfect. A nice Maltese beer with a nice chilled glass. Apologies if you can't really hear me, I'm in front of a fan, but actually it's essential for my well-being that I am. It's hot. Terrible first pour. So I can't express how much I'm enjoying being in Malta. People are really friendly. What's really cool is the streets are just almost like a proper throwback. But cheers. There's loads of hotels as well right in the centre. I'm sat opposite the Manor Hotel. The Mano Hotel, I probably butchered that pronunciation. But really good, really nice. It's not like an all-inclusive feel, it's just more of a sort of boutique hotel. I think I'm about a 2-3 minute walk from the cathedral, so after I demolish this, we will head there. The sensible thing would be to drink water, but this channel isn't about being sensible. It's about embracing the culture. You know what? The Sisk. It's not a bad beer, that. That worse. Now, the only other stupid thing, this table's so wobbly, by the way, so if the camera's all over the place, I really apologise. The only other thing since my last video is I've had a bit of a fresh trim, and I've not had any sun cream. So, yeah, that was an amateur mistake as well. Hence why we take a little bit shorter. Oh my god, that beer is incredible. I remember going to Thailand and really enjoying Chang beer and getting into that. I think Chang is the best Thai beer. Any other answer is wrong. I've got nothing to compare it to, but a Sisk is my favourite Maltese beer. If you're in the area, you should definitely try a pint or three. This fan is doing absolute wonders. Absolute wonders for me. I mean, so that beer has made life better. Even climbing that hill better. We're now in like the central square. We're just about heading to the cathedral. Absolutely gorgeous. There are fountains over there. If I didn't have my passport in my pocket, I'm going through them. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what this cathedral is saying. So, if you're thinking about going to the cathedral, so are a lot of other people. Obviously this is Drew's Day, so it's a lot busier. I just realised I've stood next to a hole in the ground. I don't know if you can see that. I hope I don't drop the camera. But I'd book in advance, and also if you're coming to Malta and you're not on a cruise, then I wouldn't book the cathedral on today. We're going to give that a bit of a miss, which is a real shame. But it's just a good excuse to come back in the future. So the last thing I'm going to do before I return to the cruise is see if I can find a rabbit stew. I really want to try rabbit. I'm obsessed. So let's see what we can do. This is the busiest I've seen it. And possibly the loudest I've seen it too. Wow. Made it adjacent to the cathedral, and we have found not rabbit stew, but pan-fried rabbit, so that would do. She said it's authentic and it's a Maltese dish, so I'm going to try that. And because it's so much tiring work walking around Malta before I head back to the cruise, to replenish my reserves, I'm going for a pint of Sisk 2. So I'm either going to get severe heat stroke or make it back in time, but we'll see. There is my rabbit. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this, but let's see. Let's see what it's saying. Yeah, it's okay. Tastes what I think a rabbit would taste like. It's a bit dry. It's not bad. Let's put it this way, I wouldn't starve. If I lived in Malta, I'd be absolutely alright with this. It's not as good as chicken, it's not as good as steak, but it's edible. I've even got the ribs. So bon appetit. So anyway, I'm going to stop filming this and eat it. Report back. You know what? That wasn't awful. I've ate far worse. The only thing I disliked is just too fiddly, just too picky. But while in Rome, well, the people of Malta were incredible. The food, the hospitality, everything was really, really good. I've had, honestly, albeit a quick time, I've only been here 3 or 4 hours, but I've definitely come back here in a heartbeat. And it's clean, safe, friendly, good beer, rabbit, good. Weather's incredible. It's just a beautiful place. It's a beautiful setting. So, thank you for watching. I'm heading back to the cruise ship now. There is a full video coming about that very soon. So, please subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.